Now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our first panel session of the day, and on a very exciting topic, the frontier of food safety. New technologies and innovation in food testing. One of the key aspects when it comes to the food industry is testing. And what a better way to have this panel than having the experts who are going to talk about this for the next 40 minutes. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I call on the experts, very quickly, just like to highlight a few points. This panel is going to talk among a vast, plethora of knowledge they're going to share here. The latest food safety testing and technology techniques and trends, collaboration on technology to address the future of food safety, the challenges of ensuring food safety and quality, deploying automation and AI for quality, productivity, and new product development, and many more. So without further ado, let us call on the experts on stage. Joining us first with a big round of applause, Dr. Raghu H.V., Senior Scientist from ICAR National Dairy Research Institute. A big round of applause to Dr. Raghu. Welcome to the stage, sir. Please have your seat, Dr. Raghu. Joining Dr. Raghu, we have Dr. R. Pirabhakaran, Analytical and Stability Sciences Capability Leader and Nutrition South Asia from Hindustan Unilever. Can we have Dr. R. Pirabhakaran joining us? Welcome to the stage, sir. All over to you. Dr. R. Pirabhakaran, ladies and gentlemen, from Hindustan Unilever. Please, sir. Joining next this panel, we have Mr. Atul Joshi, Chief General Manager, Quality and Legal Compliances, Patanjali Foods Limited. A big round of applause to Atulji. Atulji, welcome to the panel, sir. Always pleasure to have you. Seat number 3. Joining next, we have Ms. Rubal Kataria, Senior Vice President from Haldiram Snacks. A big round of applause to Rubalji. Welcome to the panel, madam. Please have your seat. And now I would like to call on the honorable moderator of this panel, Ms. Varsha Mishra, Deputy Director from NABCB Quality Council of India. A big round of applause to Varsha ji. Welcome to the panel, madam. Please have your seat. Varsha ji, all over to you. Looking forward to a great session.
A very good morning to all. Can I hear something from there? Good morning, all. Yes, so big responsibility has been given to me, and I'm very happy that Dr. Oberoi has just opened this session with a keynote wherein he has addressed almost all the parts of the food sectors and all the innovations, not starting just with the factory, but it starts with the form and the fork also. So without any further ado, I just wish to congratulate Cinex first for this kind of gathering in which we can discuss the different things which is happening in this food world. And first of all, without further any delay, as you know, this first session is very general but very important. When we talk about conformity, I do not know if I take this name in one way like conformity or the other way testing. So, in which word you are comfortable? Can somebody please tell which is comfortable for you when conformity is better? So, from the audience side, can we hear which one is better? It is a conformity, testing, inspection or what? आपको बोलना पड़ेगा because ये one session one to one मैं नहीं रखना चाहती कि आप लोग मत बोलें. So testing is better or conformity is better? I can't hear. Bit loud. नहीं समझ में आया. But मुझे रूबल जी ने बोला कि it's better to use the conformity.
So I will just pitch in here why conformity I told. I think from the audience point of view, what we target is conformity. So whatever we efforts do to achieve certain thing, I think you should be targeting the conformity because ultimately all the efforts goes over there. We want to be conformed upon certain things, and conformity is a better way to have in your minds to achieve that kind of space for the food standards and the food testing.
So let me go directly to the main concept of this panel, and you know the concept of this panel starts with the frontier of the food safety. So we have a eminent panel members here from dairy, from Unilever, from Patanjali, wherein only not the safe food, but confidence is also very important. So starting with Dr. Raghu, I just seeing the different topics which is in this forum. So first of all, I just want your view, wherein I want to understand what kind of the testing, what kind of the research, and what kind of innovation is currently in the industry which actually make the food safe, and how can it build a confidence to the consumer. I am also the consumer, and the audience who is sitting is also a consumer. Over to you, Dr. Raghu.
Good morning to all of you. Myself, Dr. Raghu HV, a senior scientist, basically dairy microbiologist from ICR NDRI Karnal. We talk about food safety. Food safety start with farm with respect to dairy sector. Means we have to have certification of raw material for maybe bacterial content or antibiotic residue, pesticide residues, aflatoxin M1 or heavy metals or maybe adulteration and other thing. And also with respect to raw milk, initial quality start with animal. If animal, we are getting the milk from healthy animal. With respect to milk, we are talking about mastitis. We have to see mastitis is there or not with respect to animal. So that we required some rapid technique. There are availabilities there, but there are some drawbacks with respect to whatever test available presently. And for that we required some real-time test. Within 5 minutes or 6 minutes it should detect the mastitis subclinical or clinical type. Later on it is linked with antibiotic residues. We treat the animal, so antibiotic residue will come. So we have to test the antibiotic residues also in real time. We have to screen the raw milk. Whenever we are receiving the raw milk at reception duct, we have to screen for antibiotic residues, aflatoxin M1. It comes through feed and it converts into aflatoxin M1. That also we have to test. And also pesticide, heavy metals, so on. And also in microbiologically, we will check the MBAT test. For that also we have some test methods are required. Later on, there are other tests like adulteration test, and later on after production, preparation of the product will go for some bacteriological identification like that. Means we are going to check for hygiene and safety indicator organism. In that we are using presently conventional based technique. These techniques are time consuming. And like that, there are many drawbacks are there. For that, we require rapid techniques. Now, presently, we are hearing about paper-based technology, lateral flow assay-based technology for detection of these contaminants. Especially paper-based technology. At NDRI, we are working on paper-based detection of, for example, mastitis, microbial load. Means we can differentiate the milk based on bacteriological quality. It is poor quality, fair quality, or very good or good quality. Based on that, we can differentiate the milk based on color change. We have worked on some paper-based technology for detection of microbial load at reception duct. This technology can detect within 20 minutes. Paper-based technology. It is eco-friendly and easy to use and user-friendly also, and we can get the result within 20 minutes. We can differentiate it is poor quality, fair quality, like that. And also we have developed, there are different paper-based technology we have developed for antibiotic residues, pesticide residues, heavy metals. Now we have come with paper-based detection of aflatoxin B1 in feed also. Like that, we have developed these technologies. They can be novel techniques. So we can use at farm level. Just dip the paper strip and see the color change. If color change is there, means it may be inhibition based or development of color, indicate the presence of these contaminants in the product. So this technology would be a potential technologies. It can be applicable to reception duct. Farm level, we can screen the product. For this pesticide, antibiotic, aflatoxin M1, by screening only we can control this. Otherwise, there is no process technology for removal of these contaminants at manufacturing point, manufacturing plants. So if we apply some processing technology, there will be loss of nutrients or vitamins, phytonutrients will be there. So by screening these raw material, means raw milk we can screen, or pesticide we can screen for other raw material also, raw foods. So that can be on the basis of grading. It is present or absent basis. We can screen this food product and we can get the result. So we can grade, we can segregate the whatever contaminants are there, that one we can segregate. Whatever contaminant free, we can take it for further processing.
Okay, I'll
Like that-
stop you here because I think you have started with a very good note that it is not only the testing when the product reaches to the particular place, to the table, it is important for the testing, but it is very important to check them at the farm level. Definitely,
Yes.
if we talk about the animal, like from where the milching is coming, so always farm means anything which is pertaining to the product which is responsible for.
Yes, sir.
So in case of milk, it is a dairying, it's an animal, it is an animal husbandry which need to look into, and also the type of testing and the advancement which is now in place in terms of milk. So thank you for these details, Dr. Raghu. And in Unilever, Dr. Pirapakaran, because this question would be something to build a confidence in the consumer sector, because Unilever is a very big brand. So they are not into the one specific product but into several products. So what is your view? What is your view wherein this conformity assessment, maybe it is a testing which Dr. Raghu has very wisely informed us all, like how we can be the part of this conformity in directly or indirect way. So how this conformity assessment is helping Unilever to come with the product which is safe for the consumer. Over to you, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, all. It's really pleasure to be here with the distinguished panel as well as the knowledgeable audience. My name is Prabhakaran. I work for Hindustan Unilever R&D and specifically on the nutrition business, which of course, as Madam said, deals with various products. I think most of you would know Unilever has the array of products which you will see day to day life. So. Coming specifically to the point which was asked, how a conformity assessment or the conformity, which basically we will kind of touch upon the testing part, is important in developing any new product. So I would just like to share my thought process. I know, like any, as rightly Dr. Obrai just set the context in a very, very impactful manner, as you all heard, that it's extremely important to look into certain areas when you develop a new product. He touched upon bioavailability, he touched upon having the right ingredients and having the right levels, ensuring that the right product reaches, which is safe and healthy to the consumer. Consumer is center of everything, right? We at Unilever and also any responsible, any companies that goes by developing a product by science. It's extremely important when you develop a new product, any new product that is developed, what you see in the market. Imagine a situation, a product developed, adding a variety of ingredients, doing excellent process, and pack it in a nice manner and then put it in the market. But if it is not tested at any point in time, for example, assume that kind of a scenario. If neither the raw material is tested nor the processing intermediate or final product is tested, what is the kind of quality that and the safety that you can expect from the product? That there lies the crux of the whole thing, right? When you develop a new product, so at every stage you got to validate analytically to make sure that the product is designed in a very scientific manner and it delivers the benefits that you are claiming on the pack. So that's how I think you need to develop a product. For example, starting from the raw material. The raw material should have the right, level of quality and safety. How do you ensure that the raw material has the right quality? Again, Dr. O'Brien touched upon those points. We got to ensure by designing the raw material, qualifying the raw material, and making sure that it meets the right level of physical, chemical, microbiological safety parameters as well as nutritional characteristics. So to do that, you need to do a lot of tests. And you need to ensure that it meets those criteria, like for example, having the right level of specifications for that matter, and ensuring that it meets the specification, where the analytical plays an important role. So you have got to have an integrated testing, which is what the conformity, it's part of the conformity. Conformity is all about making sure the product that you make is safe and healthy, which is validated by doing the right testing. It could be the same thing for inspection as well. right? So that's, it starts from the raw material, then the processing, for example, manufacturing processing, which is very important. If I make a nutritional supplement, and if I'm delivering the benefits of micronutrients or any, hero molecules, how do I need to ensure that every spoon or every dose that is taken by the consumer will have the right level which I'm claiming. How do I do that? So if by doing the manufacturing processes, for example, mixing, uniformity, all those validation plays an important role. Similarly, the final product, stability of the product, and analytical testing plays a very important role. There are 4 key elements. It starts with sensory, physical, chemical, microbiological parameter. You got to test and prove that. Putting 24 months, 12 months, or 9 months has to be backed up with data. So I think every stages of new product development, conformity assessment, testing it, and also testing it with a reliable data. And you have to be speed, because speed and reliability is extremely important for this current scenario, right? So that's where the latest development technologies and all those things which probably we can discuss. So that is very important. This is kind of a summary of how the new product development, where the analytical plays a central role. I would
Very
just
good,
stop
very
there.
good. Thank you so much, because we have started listening Dr. Raghu, where he's talked about the research which is happening and the latest testing things which is happening, and which is actually building the customer confidence. So over to you, Mr. Joshi, because Patanjali itself is a big brand wherein faith and confidence of not only the Indian consumer, but there is faith behind, like हम जो भी खा रहे हैं या पतंजलि हमें जो भी दे रहा है वो बहुत ही सेफ है, बहुत ही हेल्दी है, which covers both traditional and the advanced technology. So I just want to hear you on the perspective of your industry, how this testing, how these things you are maintaining, and what are the challenges you have, because you have a n number of products in the market. It's not one thing which is a brand, but Patanjali itself is a brand which is having a lot many NPDs, new product. So what are the challenges you are facing while adopting this conformity assessment to make the food safe?
गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन. मैं हिंदी में अपनी बात आगे रखूंगा. अगर किसी को कुछ अंडरस्टैंडिंग का इश्यू होगा बोल दीजिएगा, आई विल ट्रांसलेट फॉर हिम. जो मैम सुबह सबसे पहले सेशन हुआ था जिसमें डॉक्टर ओबेराय ने बोला था, तो सबसे पहले मैं वहाँ से लिंक करता हूँ अपनी बात को. उन्होंने बोला था जो आप खाते हैं आप वैसे ही बन जाते हैं. तो सिमिलर ये हमारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में भी एक फिलॉसफी है, जैसा अन्न वैसा मन. और दूसरा एक हमारे वहाँ एक हमारे जो एपेक्स लीडरशिप है स्वामी रामदेव जी, वो कहते हैं कि जो व्यक्ति निरोगी होता है वही योगी होता है, और वही सहयोगी होता है, और वही समाज के लिए उपयोगी होता है. सो अगर आप इन दोनों चीज़ों में देखेंगे तो जो इम्पोर्टेंस है जो सेफ फूड का या क्वालिटी फूड का, वो इसमें आपको एक्सप्रेस हो जाता है. तो दूसरा, अगर आप साइंटिफिक रीज़न से देखेंगे तो आप देखेंगे जब भी आप सेफ और क्वालिटी फूड बनाते हैं तो आपको अदर देन सेफ और क्वालिटी फूड के अलावा आपको 3 चीज़ और मिलती हैं. आपका उस फूड प्रोडक्ट का न्यूट्रिशनल क्वालिटी एक डिफरेंट डिग्री का होता है, उस फूड का पोस्ट हार्वेस्ट लॉस कम हो जाता है, और उस फूड की शेल्फ लाइफ बढ़ जाती है. ये तीनों पॉइंट ही डॉक्टर ओबेराय ने अपने डिस्कशन में कही थी. तो दूसरा, अगर हम बात करते हैं फूड का कन्फर्मिटी का, कि फूड का, क्योंकि हमारे बहुत सारे मैक्सिमम प्रोड्यूस जो हैं हमारे एग्री बेस हैं, तो उसको जो कन्फर्मिटी होता है आप 2 तरीके से करते हैं. एक फार्म लेवल पे करते हैं, क्योंकि सुबह भी डिस्कशन में आया कि फार्मर्स का अवेयरनेस लेवल, वो चीज़ें समझता है बट उसको उसका साइंटिफिक बैकग्राउंड नहीं होता है. तो हम अपने जो हमारे सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस है, जो हमारे एक्सपर्ट हैं, वो फार्म लेवल पे लोगों को एजुकेट करते हैं गुड एग्रीकल्चर प्रैक्टिसेस के लिए. उनको किस तरह से स्क्रीनिंग करना है ताकि एक स्क्रीन गुड क्वालिटी मटेरियल, रॉ मटेरियल ही फैक्ट्री में आए, ताकि आप उसको फर्दर स्टेज में टेस्टिंग के द्वारा उसको इंश्योर करें. क्योंकि सबसे बड़ी चीज़ है, जो फूड आज बनता है वो फूड लोकल नहीं है, आज फूड ग्लोबल है. आप जो फूड एक जगह बनाते हैं वो 2000 किलोमीटर दूर पे जाके कंज्यूम होता है. तो सप्लाई चेन की कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी बहुत ज़्यादा होती है. तो आप फार्मर को एजुकेट करके और आप टेस्टिंग प्रोसेस के द्वारा, आपको सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट होता है कि सोर्स ऑफ कंटामिनेशन क्या है, आप कैसे उसको आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं और कैसे आपको उसको मिटिगेट करते हैं. तो हमारी जो सेंट्रल लैब है, मैं आपको जस्ट बताना चाह रहा हूँ, उसका जो एरिया है दैट इज़ अ 35,000 स्क्वायर फीट एरिया है. हमारे पास 334 फूड प्रोडक्ट के लिए हमारे पास NABL एक्रीडिएशन है. अगर आप हनी प्रोडक्ट की बात करेंगे, केवल इंडिया में 5-7 लैब हैं जो FSI के द्वारा अप्रूव्ड पैरामीटर पे NABL एक्रीडिएशन है, हम उनमें से एक हैं. और सारे जो हाई एंड इंस्ट्रूमेंट होता है, हमारी बेसिकली लैब को अगर बोलेंगे सिंपल एक शब्द में, स्टेट ऑफ आर्ट लैब है। जितने हाई एंड इक्विपमेंट है वो सारे हैं और आदमी क्वालिफाइड है। दूसरा, जब आप किसी बिजनेस को चलाते हैं तो आपका पर्पज होता है आप सेफ और क्वालिटी फूड लोगों को दें। तो आप सारे फैक्टर जो की कंपोनेंट होते हैं, तो बेसिकली आपका क्या होता है, आप पीपल पे फोकस करते हैं, आप प्लांट पे फोकस करते हैं, आप प्रोसेसेस पे फोकस करते हैं, और आप क्योंकि इंडस्ट्री पर्सपेक्टिव से बात कर रहे हैं तो आप कॉस्ट पे फोकस करते हैं। और क्योंकि आप इस सारे सिस्टम में एक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इकोसिस्टम को हैंडल करते हैं, तो आपका उस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इकोसिस्टम में जितने भी आपके स्टेक होल्डर होते हैं आप उनके साथ कन्वर्जन करते हैं। तो हमारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में फूड को उसको कंफर्म करने के लिए पीपल मतलब लोगों के क्वालिफिकेशन पे, लोगों के माइंडसेट पे, लोगों का परसेप्शन क्या है उस पर स्पेसिफिक ध्यान दिया जाता है। लोगों के टेक्निकल ट्रेनिंग्स के लिए, ग्रूमिंग के लिए हम हाईएस्ट डिग्री ऑफ एजेंसीज को बुलाते हैं। लाइक जैसे हमने पीसीक्यूए की ट्रेनिंग करानी थी तो हमने जो एआईबी को हायर किया, हम ताकि हमारा ये मानना है कि जो सबसे बड़ा जो एक्सपर्ट होता है उसके द्वारा जब आपकी ट्रेनिंग दी जाती है तो आपका जो वे ऑफ जिस तरह से आप उसको इनकलकेट करते हो वो एक डिफरेंट होता है। जब आप बात करते हैं प्रोसेसेस की, तो प्रोसेसेस को देखा जाता है कि वो रोबस्ट होनी चाहिए, उनका टाइम टू टाइम रिव्यू होना चाहिए। जब आप बात करते हैं प्लांट की बात करते हैं, प्लांट मतलब इक्विपमेंट, प्लांट का आपका जो है डिग्री ऑफ उसमें ऑटोमेशन कितना ज़्यादा है, आपको टेक्निकल एक्सपर्ट किया, आपको ओईएम का सपोर्ट किया है, इन सारे फैक्टर्स को हम लोग कंसीडर करते हैं। और इंडस्ट्रियल पर्सपेक्टिव में बात करते हैं तो कॉस्ट का हमेशा ध्यान रखा जाता है। कॉस्ट का ध्यान रखने के लिए हमने एक सबसे यूनिक अप्रोच की है। हमने जो भी सारी फैसिलिटी रिक्वायर्ड होती है उनको हमने किसी को आउटसोर्स नहीं किया। हमारी अपनी पैकेजिंग यूनिट्स है जो हमारी अपनी पैकेजिंग रिक्वायरमेंट को फुलफिल करता है। हमारी अपनी रेगुलेटरी पूरी एक डिवीजन है जो हमारे लेबल्स को, हमारे पैकेजिंग मटेरियल को डिफाइन और डिज़ाइन करती है ताकि आप रेगुलेटरी कंप्लाइड हों। और आपके और जो हमारे रॉ मटेरियल वो प्राइमरीली हमारे सेंट्रल ऑफ एक्सीलेंस के द्वारा स्क्रीन होकर वापस आते हैं ताकि आपके लॉसेस कम हों। और जब आप कॉस्ट, क्योंकि कॉस्ट का आपके पास एक प्रेशर होता है, तो और दूसरा सबसे ज़्यादा फोकस रखा जाता है ऑप्टिमम यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ रिसोर्सेज पे। और आपको पूरे सिस्टम में जब आप एड्रेस करते हैं तो आपके चाहे आपके जो गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, आपके नॉन गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, आपकी इंडस्ट्रीज है और एकेडमिया है, उनके साथ एक क्लोज कोलैबोरेशन किया जाता है ताकि आप इस लूप को क्लोज कर लें। और सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट, जब आप ये इंश्योर करना चाहते हैं कि डे इन डे आउट आप सेफ फूड देंगे जिससे कस्टमर का कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ेगा, तो आप हमेशा प्रिवेंटिव कंट्रोल पे फोकस करते हैं। और अगर आप देखेंगे यही इस बार का जो वर्ल्ड फूड सेफ्टी वीक हुआ था उसकी थीम भी यही थी, और इसीलिए उसमें बोला गया था कि प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर अनएक्सपेक्टेड। तो प्रिवेंटिव कंट्रोल में जब आप फोकस करते हैं तो आप ये इंश्योर करते हैं, चाहे आप डोमेस्टिक मार्केट के लिए बनाएं चाहे आप इंटरनेशनल मार्केट के लिए बनाएं, आपकी प्रोसेसेस सेम होनी चाहिए। दूसरा, आपके पास एक डिटेल फूड सेफ्टी मैनेजमेंट प्लान होना चाहिए। तीसरा, आपके वहाँ जीएमपी और पीआरपी विद हाई एग्जीक्यूशन कंप्लायंस होना चाहिए। और सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट, आपके मैनेजमेंट का आपको सपोर्ट होना चाहिए, वो आपको प्रॉपर रिसोर्सेज दे ताकि आप उनको टाइम सही जगह पे एलोकेट करें और आप उस किसी भी अनएक्सपेक्टेड चीज़ को कंट्रोल कर दें।
थैंक यू सो मच। आपने सारी चीज़ों को बिल्कुल, जैसे हमारी फूड में हैसअप हिस्ट्री होती है, हज़ार्ड एंड आपकी एनालिसिस होती है, सीसीपी पॉइंट्स होते हैं, और आपने आई थिंक पतंजलि का पूरा एक एक्सरे मिशन बता दिया, लाइक हाउ यू आर डूइंग। थैंक यू सो मच। एंड कहते नहीं, हमारी संवाद की भाषा बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है। कई लोगों को भाषा एक ऐसी चीज़ है जो हिंदी हो इंग्लिश हो, उसका पर्पस होता है आपके पास कैसे पहुंचा जाए। सो आई थिंक थैंक यू डॉक्टर जोशी, बिकॉज यू हैव ब्रीफ्ड एवरीथिंग। एंड आपने एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बात कही सप्लाई चेन की, कि सप्लाई चेन में एक इंश्योरिटी, सप्लाई चेन में फूड सेफ्टी को आप कैसे मेंटेन कर रहे हैं। सो टेकिंग दैट वर्ड फ्रॉम यू, आई विल कम टू मिस रूबल, एंड बिकॉज शी इज़ फ्रॉम हल्दीराम, एंड हल्दीराम इज़ आई डोंट नो, बट मेरे घर में हल्दीराम बहुत यूज़ होता है और सभी के घर में हल्दीराम का कुछ ना कुछ, और मुझे बहुत पसंद है। आई एम श्योर जब भी मैं फॉरेन ट्रेवल पे, वेन एवर आई एम आउट ऑफ इंडिया, मेरे पास आपको रेडी टू ईट हल्दीराम का ज़रूर मिलेगा, बिकॉज दैट इज़ नॉट ओनली द टेस्ट बट द फेथ विच आई हैव विद द हल्दीराम प्रोडक्ट। सो आपसे ये सुनना चाहूँगी कि सप्लाई चेन में आप कैसे ये ट्रेसिबिलिटी, कैसे ये एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजी और टेस्टिंग को इंक्लूड करके ये चीज़ें आप कैसे मेंटेन करते हैं, सो दैट जो भी हम एज अ कंज्यूमर व्हाट वी आर टेकिंग, वी हैव अ मोर कॉन्फिडेंस, एंड अदर पीपल हु इज सिटिंग हियर, मे बी दे आर द एंटरप्रेन्योर और दोज हु आर द न्यू हु वांट टू कम इनटू दिस फील्ड, दे कैन अडॉप्ट एंड अंडरस्टैंड फ्रॉम यू कि इतनी वास्ट वराई होते हुए भी हम सप्लाई चेन को कैसे मेंटेन करें और फूड सेफ हम अपने कंज्यूमर्स को दे पाएँ. ओवर टू यू.
Thank you very much, and very good morning to all of you. Good morning. Good morning. It shows me that everybody is with me when we are talking, and I think I am little expected more, so I want your full attention. So I guess it's a proud moment, because मैं याद करती हूँ जब मैं 13-14 years पहले ऐसे कुछ session address करती थी, so though I am 27 years in this industry contributing, but 13-14 साल पहले का ऐसा कुछ सेशन मैं विजुअलाइज करूं अपनी मेमोरी में, तो शायद हम पुश करते थे समोसा जैसा प्रोडक्ट. आज मुझे बहुत ही खुशी हुई जब मिस्टर ओबरॉय ने ये बोला कि समोसा खाना ख़राब नहीं है, तो वो मुझे बहुत ही सुन के खुशी हुई, बिकॉज समटाइम्स आई हैव फेस्ड दोज सेशंस ऑल्सो व्हेन द मल्टीनेशनल्स were also there, and homegrown industry like Haldiram was also participating, and samosa was not so much promoted because it was considered to be an unhealthy product because it is fried. To be very to be very transparent in amongst you. So now the thing is that it's a proud moment that हम इसको एक अपने मेन स्ट्रीम में लेके आए हैं as a snacking product along with the burgers and all. Though I am coming from the industries like KFC, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, McD and Haldiram's, but I feel that being an Indian, we should be very well versed about the food what we eat, and I can bet you that calorie count which I have done during my experiences on the burgers, pizzas and tacos and along with the samosa is not unhealthy. Because if you see that what is there inside as a filling and what is there outside, which you call in authentic language as patti, which is the coating, is very comparable to any healthy snacking. But yes, it is little high on carbs, but it is not as high when you talk about other ingredients which comes in the multinational products also. You should be proud, and I should be also proud, and thank you for the compliment that everybody knows and wants to carry Haldiram. Now, connecting it with the vision of the brand, I think when we talk with our teams and in the R&D and the innovation vision, I want that if every kitchen of India, Dr. Atul, we can be together on this, every kitchen of India should have something or the other of Haldiram kept inside the kitchen. So the products which we innovate is keeping in mind the Indian kitchens, and Mr. Atul's range can be accompanying on it. So that is the vision. Now coming on to the session, the theme is food safety and health. Can anybody of you can tell that what is the food safety in your mind and how it drives? Food safety and health hai kya? How do we define it? Anybody wants to share any raw thought on it? Yeah, please. Yeah, absolutely. So the consumer says that it should not be. So consumer connects with the food safety saying, very good simple definition, that it should not harm my health. So for the consumer it is a trust. For a businessman it is a reputation and a compliance. For the regulators like FSSAI and all, it is about the public health and welfare. So all three are working continuously on food safety health. So I again say the statement that okay, food safety and health or the food safety is not the business of is not no more a business of a single identity. It is a business of a customer, it is a business of regulators, it is the business of a businessman or a food manufacturer. So all three have to go hand in hand. So you are equally responsible as a food manufacturer, and then regulators are equally responsible as a FSSAI.
I just want to intervene in between. I just want people to understand also this food safety aspect, how you cover in supply chain.
Yeah. So coming on to the supply chain, first of all, again, the raw material, which is from the farm to fork, we go back to the farms, and the quality is assured right from the spices. An example is that years later, I think it is an issue of 8-9 years back, when a product like a nutcracker, which is manufactured by Haldiram, अगर आपने कभी बेसन कोटेड मूंगफली खाई हो तो उसमें एक पेस्टिसाइड डिटेक्ट हुआ था कुछ टाइम पहले, एंड द कंटेनर वाज डिटेन्ड. So the issue is the traceability. That time we were not formed to folk as a industry कि हमारे पास जो लाल मिर्ची है या धनिया है उसमें हम pesticide check करने की capability and the right sourcing. Potato was always on the top of it because industry has worked a lot, because chips was one of the thing which was very much scaled up in the food industry. So हम raw potato पे काफ़ी हद तक as a country काम कर चुके थे, but जो Indian spices हैं उसके ऊपर, so IPM is one of the thing which you can be always assuring that it has to be approved spices through the form, and then the approved spices, and then the approved natural ingredients, which is again a challenge, and the testing. So basically the form level, which is again like a milk sourcing and the spice sourcing, has to be right done from the IPM sourced, and the buyers and the manufacturers should be having the right standard. You should select the manufacturers of the spices also in a way that they are also compliance. We should not follow any shortcuts in that. Little high price, I would say quality comes with little price, so you have to be having that mindset when you are selecting. I will take a minute more. Indigenous ingredients like peanuts, like chilies, like coriander, like besan, all these ingredients are not easy to handle till the traceability, till the form. So it has to be given a standard that all these spices should be approved through the proper agencies and the spice board standards and IPM approved. So that is one. Second is your supplier base should be very much in sync with your vision, that where do you want to go and how do you want to export, what are the export liabilities, what are the country regulations, those has to be there. And the third is, of course, your supply chain has to be intact in the terms of globalization. So country to country, when your ingredient moves, the expectation changes. So you have to be well versed in testing.
I will just stop you. Thank you so much here, because we have only 5 minutes left. I will just go to the next question, which will, I don't think I can take the one more question with each of you, but just a general thought, because we are talking about testing, we are talking about the innovation, we are talking about the NPD. I just want to hear my all panel members, because they are from the different background, different industries, research, technology, innovations. So just starting from Dr. Raghu, and just in a second, I just want to understand from you how much this innovation, how much this technology is going to help us to make the food safe. And I would just request you to complete in 1 second, please.
Ma'am, these whatever paper strip we have developed, this technology already we transferred to some of the
As you said, this is a new one, so this is going to help, and this will be
yes.
something which will be very good in terms of
Scriber
milk. It
Dynamics
starts from the
is using paper strip for subclinical mass studies.
wonderful.
And
Thank you so much, because
that's
this is the paper technique which can be adopted and which can innovate and help, even though we are quality savvy and we are tech savvy.
any startup company
Can
they
use
can
that.
take this
So any of the
technology
startup company,
and
they
they
can
can-
definitely understand and talk to Dr. Raghu if they want
that
to
can
understand.
reach to village level. So
Yeah.
it will be more helpful to farmers.
And Dr. Next to you, Dr. Pirabar.
10 seconds.
Yeah, at 10 seconds, because we have a 3.5
So,
seconds.
so I
have
would
to-
say, see,
yeah.
the world ahead is all about digitization and artificial intelligence and machine learning,
That
deep
is what,
learning,
yeah,
right?
yeah, correct.
So what is lacking? Classical methods where you had accuracy issues, sensitivity issues, and all that, like it used to take 5 days time for microbiological analysis. Now with this kind of digitization and these tools, you are able to reduce it from 5 days to 2 days. And
That's a great
that's
thing.
what we
Yeah,
are talking
yeah.
about,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And also with deep learning and artificial intelligence, now neural networks can be used for predicting the shelf life. And you can use classical data, you can predict the shelf life. I think that's the way to go now in the future.
Absolutely.
It will
It
help.
means what you are concluding is, like, if AI is there, maybe the time turn or the turn time capacity can be increased, and that
And
definitely-
sensitivity and accuracy also.
Absolutely.
And it's not in book, it is in real. And
In
there
real.
are things that are available,
Great.
people are using it.
Great.
Yeah.
It means it is building a confidence for the industry. If you are using a technique and if you are using AI power, it will not only save your time, but it will also increase your accuracy. Thank you. And over to you, Dr. Joshi.
मैं इसमें थोड़ा सा डिफर करता हूँ बिकॉज मेरे मन में जितना भी फूड इंडस्ट्री है एवरीबडी इज फॉलोइंग द सेम GFSI स्टैंडर्ड एवरीबडी इज यूजिंग द same degree of level of automation or same degree of level of testing because of regulatory requirement or their product requirement. जो गेम चेंजर है ना मैम, इसमें गेम चेंजर है एक तो नंबर वन आपका क्वालिटी कल्चर, दूसरा जो अभी डॉक्टर ओबेराय ने बोला मॉर्निंग में कि अभी सोशल मीडिया जो कंज्यूमर के कॉन्फिडेंस को एकदम से मतलब ज्योमेट्रिक प्रोपोर्शन में चेंज कर देता है. अगर आप देखिए कल्चर की बात करते हैं, कल्चर क्योंकि अगर आपके पास सारे सिस्टम है, सारे प्रोसेस है, अगर आपके वहाँ क्वालिटी कल्चर है तो आपका एम्प्लॉय एम्पावर्ड होता है और वो उसको सोचता है ये मेरा अपना काम है.
आप ये कहना चाहते हैं कि क्वालिटी कल्चर से भी आती है, आप जो देखते हैं, आप जो परसेप्ट करते हैं, और आपके हिसाब से ये है कि हमारे पास जो इंडस्ट्री लीडर्स हैं, हमारा पिलर ऑफ क्वालिटी इंडेक्स है, दैट इज़ अ मेट्रोलॉजी, एक्रेडिटेशन एंड रेगुलेशन, उनका इन्फोर्समेंट होता है, बट स्टिल आपको इंडस्ट्री में एक कल्चर बनाना पड़ता है विच विल ड्राइव जर्नी टू द फूड सेफ, इफ आई एम करेक्ट. या सर माइक्रो. या
So what I'm trying to say is automation is integral part of all these approved methods. For example,
it's a part of
accredited
the
methods.
culture, yes.
Now you have methods which are performance verified and published by AOAC, and you also have a classical method, and both are acceptable. And
Yes,
we are
yes.
going to the world where it is bringing more sensitivity, more accuracy, and speed to the
that
market.
I think we have already
So
repeated.
that's where I'm saying.
Now
Like,
to Ms. Rubel, the same thing, I want the view, how this AI, how this technology is going to help us for the food safe.
I think online, so because time is less, so I will just sum up saying that online QA checks and online rejections are much more important. Now we should shift our focus from FG testing, which is finished good testing and accepting and rejecting and stopping the things. We should be more accurate on the when the process starts. Right from the beginning, we should deploy the processes with the AI and faster results, faster decision makings, so that we can be accommodating the demand and supply need.
So thank you so much. She has actually conveyed a very right point. ऐसा नहीं है कि हमने फाइनल अपना चेक देखा और उसमें टेस्टिंग देखा और टेस्ट आ गया, एवरीथिंग इज ओके. सो यू हैव टू स्टार्ट दिस फ्रॉम द ऑनलाइन वंस द प्रोडक्ट perceived in the factory, no matter whatever the traceability chain comes into. So thank you so much, but just wanted to give you a last thought. सारे आपने एमिनेंट इंडस्ट्री को सुना, पैनल मेंबर्स को सुना, बट द की टेक अवे व्हाट आई कुड से फॉर दिस सेशन, आप इनोवेशंस में जाइए, आपकी कुछ रेगुलेटरी रिक्वायरमेंट्स हैं, आपकी कुछ मैंडेटरी रिक्वायरमेंट्स हैं विच नीड टू बी compliant, but still the safety culture, the safety thought begins with you, begins with us. So we need a round of applause for all our panel members. Thank you so much. Now it is open to you. If you have any questions, we all are here. We will give you 1 second. You can talk to us. Thank you so much. And over to Cinex.
First of all, ladies and gentlemen, I think a big round of applause for this wonderful panel here. And thank you, Varsha, for wonderfully moderating it. A big thank you to Dr. Raghu, Dr. R. Prabhakaran, Dr. Atul Joshi ji, and Rubal Kataria madam for doing the honors here. And yes, we can take a quick question from the audience. I think, can we have the mic to the gentleman there? Sir, I request you to kindly keep your hand raised.
And also please, if you have a question to the particular panel member, please take the name. They will take directly.
Kindly introduce yourself, your organization, and question to which respective panel member.
Yeah, so my name is Shubir Ghosh. I am from Licious, and for the last 23 years, I am associated with the food industry. So thank you very much, panel, for giving a very good insight on the confirmatory. तो मेरा एक जस्ट छोटा सा सवाल है कि मोस्ट ऑफ द इंडस्ट्रीज़ में हम लोग मतलब मोर देन 100 इंग्रेडिएंट्स यूज़ करते हैं, मोर देन 100, मोस्ट ऑफ द इंडस्ट्रीज़. तो बैक एंड इंटीग्रेशन या जो भी कन्फर्मेटरी है वो हम लोग कुछ ही चीज़ में मतलब कर पाते हैं, रेस्ट ऑफ द थिंग हम लोग इंडियन मार्केट में जो भी इकोसिस्टम है उसी पर डिपेंडेंट रहते हैं. एंड स्टिल जो मेरा एक्सपीरियंस रहा है और बाकी सबका भी शायद यही रहा होगा कि आज भी हम लोग मोस्ट ऑफ द इंग्रेडिएंट में जो सप्लायर COA देता है, सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ एनालिसिस, उस पे हम लोग बहुत ज़्यादा कॉन्फिडेंट नहीं है. स्टिल एक प्लांट लेवल में उसका एक्सेप्टेंस टेस्ट अभी भी होता है. एंड वन मोर थिंग, मेरा जस्ट एक क्वेश्चन इस पैनल से ओपन है कि जब हम लोग कॉन्फर्मेटरी का बात कर रहे हैं तो मोस्ट ऑफ द इंडस्ट्रीज में अभी भी एक डेविएशन अप्रूवल और एक कंडीशनर अप्रूवल का रूम अभी भी है, विच इज एक्चुअली मीन्स जियोपार्डाइजिंग द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ कन्फर्मेटरी. तो इसमें हम लोग कैसे मतलब इसको एड्रेस करेंगे और कैसे ये आगे लेके जाएंगे? थैंक यू वेरी मच.
थैंक यू फॉर द क्वेश्चन, बट दो चीज़ों में डिफर करती हूँ बिकॉज आई डायरेक्टली कम फ्रॉम द क्वालिटी काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया एंड वन ऑफ द बोर्ड विच इज़ NABL विच इज़ विद अस एंड आई एम विद नेशनल एक्रेडिटेशन बोर्ड फॉर सर्टिफिकेशन एंड इंस्पेक्शन. सो आपने जो पहली बात कही कि माई पैनल मेंबर कैन ऐड ऑन दैट कि हम बड़े सारे प्रोडक्ट्स का मिक्स बनाते हैं. ऑब्वियसली एक चीज़ से एक प्रोडक्ट नहीं बनता. देर आर सो मेनी इंग्रेडिएंट्स विच इज़ यूज टू मेक द फाइनल प्रोडक्ट. इफ आई एम रॉन्ग प्लीज करेक्ट मी. But you know what happened? There are two things. One is the initial testing, one is the product testing. That is why we always call it initial lining and the final testing. पहली चीज़ तो ये है, आप इनिशियली जब देखते हैं कि आपकी फार्म ट्रेसेबिलिटी क्या है. फार्म ट्रेसेबिलिटी वेन एवर आई एम टॉकिंग इट कुड बी एनीथिंग. इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द टाइप ऑफ स्कोप यू आर अप्लाइंग फॉर. सो अगर आपने अचार बनाना है तो अचार के केस में आपने तेल यूज़ किया, आपने मिर्ची यूज़ करी, आपने हल्दी यूज़ किया. अब आपने स्पाइसेस की एक टेस्टिंग करवाई, आपने ऑयल की एक टेस्टिंग करवाई, फिर आपने अचार बनाया. सो दैट इज़ अ इनिशियल टेस्टिंग. फिर आपने अचार जो आपका फिनिश्ड होकर आया उसकी एक टेस्टिंग करी. दीज आर द टू सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ एनालिसिस विच यू माइट बी डूइंग इंटरनली और एक्सटर्नली. दिस इज़ द फर्स्ट थिंग, फर्स्ट आंसर टू योर क्वेश्चन. सेकेंड वुड बी, आपने कहा कि हम अभी एक प्रोविजनल अप्रूवल देते हैं, जो चाहे इन टर्म्स ऑफ लाइसेंसिंग हो, इन टर्म्स ऑफ एक्रेडिटेशन हो या सर्टिफिकेशन हो. प्लीज़ ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड, अगर आप नए एंटरप्रेन्योर हैं, आप नए इंडस्ट्री को सेटअप कर रहे हैं, यू आर नॉट अवेयर ऑफ ऑल द थिंग्स विच इज़ रिक्वायर्ड एज पर द स्टैंडर्ड. इफ़ आई विल टेक द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ फॉर एग्जाम्पल टेस्टिंग 17025 एक्रेडिटेशन के लिए आपका लैब जब जाता है तो इनिशियली उसका हम प्री असेसमेंट करते हैं जस्ट टू चेक हाउ मच कैपेबल यू आर टू टेक द फाइनल राउंड. उसी तरीके से प्रोविजनल का मैकेनिज्म होता है टू हैंड होल्ड. इवन इन FSSAI अगर आप पैनल होते हैं या आप उनको अप्लाई करते, दे इनिशियली कम टू चेक यू. सो ये मैकेनिज्म वो मैकेनिज्म है टू हेल्प यू, टू असिस्ट यू. देर इज़ नथिंग लाइक कि आपको हमने इनिशियल दिया और आपको हम फाइनल नहीं देंगे. कोई भी प्रोडक्ट प्रोविजनली अप्रूव्ड में नहीं बनाता है. once they are licensed, once they are regulated, once they are certified, then only they will come with the final product. So this mechanism is made to assist you, not to resist you. This is my answer to you.
Thank you, Varsha ma'am.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
but I think the question which he is
Maybe
asking
one point I can
has
add on
another
that.
aspect.
One point I can just add, very specific to the deviation. See, look, as far as the food safety is concerned, there is nothing called deviation. I think if either it is yes or no.
Yes or no.
If it is microbiologically unsafe, if you have to take a decision on the raw material, I think it has to be clear no as a responsible manufacturer. So I
Absolutely
think
correct.
that's the answer, very straightforward answer to that question. There are some areas where exceptions can be possible, which is not kind of falling still within the range and it is not
Yes,
impacting the
conformity is
final
like
quality.
this, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
I will
correct.
echo his point. Always remember that the deviation, the acceptance with the deviation can be done, but make sure that you are doing with two mandates on it. One is that it has to be approved by authority in the organization who is wise enough to take that decision. Second, not on the food safety, only on certain standards where it is acceptable. Like if you say that fat का percentage milk में, अगर आपने कोई अपना internal standard बनाया which is tighter than FSSAI and then you are accepting with the deviation, that's a call, but make a sign off and approval process within your unit. Who is the person who is the decision maker for that brand?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for that. And I would request now the panel members, the esteemed panel members, to kindly be on the stage. And I would like to call on stage Ms. Yashna Garg, Chief Marketing Officer from Zion Life Sciences, to kindly do the honors of felicitating the panel. Yashna, welcome to the stage. Delighted to have you. We'll start with the felicitation of the panel members, starting first with Dr. Raghu H.V., Senior Scientist from ICAR National Dairy Research Institute. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Dr. Raghu H.V. for his wonderful contribution in the panel session. Moving next to Dr. R. Pirabhakaran from Hindustan Unilever. A big round of applause to Dr. R. Pirabhakaran for his wonderful contribution in the panel. Moving next to Mr. Atul Joshi from Patanjali Foods Limited. A big round of applause to Atul ji for his wonderful contribution in the panel. Moving next to Miss Rubal Kataria from Haldiram Snacks. A big round of applause to Miss Rubal Kataria for her wonderful contribution in the panel session. And now our honorable panel moderator, Ms. Varsha Mishra from NABCB Quality Council of India. A big round of applause to Varsha ji for wonderfully moderating the panel session. Request all the panel members to kindly step forward for a group photo. Yashna, please join them as well. Thank you so much to all the panel members. Thank you to Varsha for wonderfully moderating it, and thank you Yashna for doing the honors as well.